introduce you to our session today. It is tapping into local college talent. This is a session we did back in the fall, and it was so popular and so informative that we decided to include it. Actually, it's kicking off our Talent Talk series, which starts today, and each day for the next 8 work days, we're offering topics around talent attraction, retention, and talent engagement. So welcome to Talent Talks. And we are fortunate to be joined today with our sponsors, Mike Heffner, who is the franchise owner for Employment Express Professionals, a really important talent solution for many of our local employers, and Emily Bogue, who's our local business development specialist. And I'm going to have Mike just say a word of greeting.
Good morning, all. Thanks for joining us on this cold, snowy day. But other than the weather, talent is probably the most important thing on most of our minds right now. It's how we get good people to work, and literally to work today or tomorrow. And we're grateful that you've given us a chance to come on board. You know, we help people find good jobs. That's what people.
Oh, mute yourself.
I think everybody got muted all across the board there at once, so no worries. But in our case, we're also showcasing today our recent announcement. We relaunched our specialized recruiting brand, and that's our more professional level placement. So since 2014, there in Columbus, we have done light industrial staffing for the past 6.5 years. And most recently, we just launched our professional, and I should say relaunched our professional brand called Specialized Recruiting. And those are office services level type people, skilled trade, advanced industrial, accounting, engineering, those types of positions. And so we're also helping that level. We've got 6 recruiters that are doing that out of our 2 offices. We have one in Greenwood and one in Columbus. So I won't take a bunch of your time, but I like to say we know jobs, kind of. So we're thankful that you joined us today, and hopefully this is beneficial to you, especially today as you're looking for maybe some college level talent. We know we can oftentimes fill a lot of jobs, but we can't fill them all, and so look forward to hearing and learning just alongside of all of you.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for your support. So to get started, I'm going to turn this over to Kathy Oren, who runs the Community Education Coalition, who's just a terrific partner to the Chamber of Commerce. And she's going to talk to us about those 3,000 students on campus and what their skills are and how to connect with them.
Thank you, Cindy. And I'm going to turn it back over to Veronica to walk through the agenda and kind of kick us off. So Veronica Francis, Veronica's been leading all of the work in terms of the collaborative work and project teams happening on our campus. So good morning, Veronica.
Thanks, Kathy. Good morning. Well, thank you all for joining us today. And thank you to the Chamber of Commerce and these sponsors for organizing this event. We're very grateful for that. So we're excited to talk to you guys today about how you can recruit interns and full-time employees from the Airpark Campus here in Columbus. As Kathy mentioned, I'm Veronica Francis, and I'm with the Community Education Coalition, which is a nonprofit based here in Columbus. And our focus is on aligning the education system with the workforce needs of the region. So I think the topic today is very appropriate. So just to go over the agenda.
I'm having some technical difficulties. My clicker won't advance. Let me try it again here. Sorry, guys.
No problem, Kathy.
The basics of advancing your slide 101. Here we go. Let me just try it a different way. Oh, man, I'm having trouble.
It might be because of how I set up the slides. If you just click on the slide, does it work? If not, I can share my screen.
Well,
that might be better.
Let me try it one more way and then we'll get going. Sorry, everybody. Wow, it's not working. My apologies. I do
No
not.
worries.
Okay, I'll go ahead and share my screen. That's no problem.
No worries at all.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so here we are. So our agenda today, first we wanted to give you a little introduction into the campus here in Columbus, our shared campus with the 3 institutions. Then tell you, get into the details of how you can hire our students. So we have representatives from the career services offices at the 3 institutions here to tell you about that today. Then we'll tell you a little bit about how you can leverage state funding for internships. So tap into some dollars to help you set those up. And I know that there's a session that's coming up that will delve into this topic in much more detail, but we just wanted to give you the highlights here so that you had that information. And then finally, we'll open it up to questions, and we'd also like to try out something new, which is to do a discussion in breakout rooms, just to kind of pick your brains a little and get some feedback and hear maybe what you're looking for. So that would be really helpful to us as we kind of progress with this work in the future. So I think with that, I will turn it back over to Kathy Oren, Kathy is the Executive Director of the Community Education Coalition and one of the leaders on the Airpark Campus here. So Kathy.
Okay, thank you, Veronica. Can you hear me okay? All right, we'll go to the next slide. See, you're advancing much better than I could. Technical difficulties, maybe it's the snow. Well, I just really, again, very grateful to all of you for taking time today. As Veronica said, this is a cross-campus collaborative group, and really the goal is to increase the number of our Airpark Campus students who are able to connect into high-quality jobs and internships within our region and really within their field of study, ideally. So if we go to the next slide. We want to start with asking you a few questions. We have a lot of students and a lot of different programs. We have 3 top-notch institutions that you're going to learn about today. But Veronica, and hopefully she can share her screen and work the poll today. We'd like to start with asking you some questions and doing a poll. First one is, we'd like to understand, are you currently, and so the poll is, are you currently looking to hire for internships or entry-level positions? And we'd also like to ask, how familiar are you with the Airpark campus? So very familiar, somewhat, not familiar at all. This gives us a little bit of a baseline of understanding where our community partners and employer partners are in their understanding. So if you would, if you can see the box, you should be able to see the window, select the poll. And once everybody's filled it out.
I can see the results coming in, so I'll give it a few more seconds.
Thanks, Veronica.
If there are any more. Okay, it looks like we've kind of reached so I'll end this and share results.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to put my glasses on. This is always really helpful and interesting to us. So it looks like it's a 33-way split on folks saying yes, they're interested in internships and entry-level jobs, entry-level only, and maybe 30% not looking to hire right now. And it sounds like we have an opportunity to improve people's understanding and awareness of campus, with looks like 60% of the folks on the phone being somewhat familiar. So that's really our goal today, is really understanding how we can help more people have a better and deeper understanding of the programs, the institutions, and most importantly, the students on our campus. So if we could go to the next slide. This is a nice overview of the map of the campus. And again, we have 3 of Indiana's very best state institutions on the campus. To the north side of the campus is the IUP-UC building, you can see there. And then if we go to the next slide. The building there in the center is the Columbus Learning Center, and it is a shared facility shared by all 3 institutions, and our Work One office is in the Columbus Learning Center as well. We go to the next slide. The Advanced Manufacturing Center of Excellence was built in 2010 to support manufacturing programs specifically. And that is also shared by all three institutions. Again, this notion of collaboration is something you're going to hear throughout our discussion. And Purdue Polytechnic Institute has their main offices and classrooms in that facility as well. Thanks, Veronica. And then the last one, last but not least, is Ivy Tech Community College. Their polling hall there sits on the south side of the campus. They've been there, much like IUPUC. I think both institutions have been on our campus for something like 50 years, maybe going on 60 years. And you may have heard that Ivy Tech is going to be getting a brand new, beautiful state-of-the-art building. It'll be just to the west of the existing building. Yep, where Veronica's circling there. And it's really going to finish out the quad. And it's just going to be a very exciting transformation for our campus. Polling hall will go away. That'll be demolished in fall of 2022. Okay, so that's our campus. You know, and we're really hoping that you're going to come away with a better understanding of why we hope employers will look to recruit on our campus. Why should employers recruit from our campus? Well, we know that our students primarily are from here. And the students, we think most of them that are from here want to live here and stay here. And our work at the Community Education Coalition is really about how do we grow and retain our local talent. Indiana has a brain drain challenge. Many of our young people get degrees and they leave the state. So our goal is to help as many of our many talented young people as we can get educated, get the job training they need, and connect into good paying jobs right here in Columbus and Southeast Indiana. Again, we have IU, Purdue, and Ivy Tech sitting on our campus. Many people aren't aware that all three schools are there. The curriculum and the programs have been specifically designed for many, many years to align with the needs of workforce. So we start with what are the jobs? What are the well-paying jobs? What are the skills needed in our community and in our region? And the education institutions have done a fantastic job of ensuring that the programs that they're providing fit the needs of employers. With, of course, a strong emphasis on manufacturing. We know that 38% of the jobs here in Bartholomew County are in manufacturing. So you'll hear a lot about STEM fields as well. Okay, next slide. If you go to the website, you're going to learn about that here in a little bit. We have a nice one page that talks about the different degrees and certifications offered across the board at all three institutions. So this is a one-page view of the programs, and you'll see advanced manufacturing, you'll see business, a variety of different business programs, and the little icons, the green, gold, and red indicate which institution you can receive those programs or engage in those programs. So it's everything from healthcare and nursing, engineering, business, and beyond. So we feel like there's a lot to offer, both for the students and for the employers. Okay. And you're going to hear now from those institutions. So I have the pleasure of introducing Neil Bagajong, who's with Ivy Tech Community College, and he is their Career Services Advisor. You'll hear from Heather Noblet, who is with Purdue Polytechnic Institute, and she leads their student affairs work there. And then Carol Kostreski with IUPUC, and Carol is the Associate Director of Career Services. So with that, I will turn it over to Neil. Good morning, Neil.
Good morning, everybody. Again, I'm Neil Bagajong. I'm the Interim Career Services Advisor at our Columbus campus. I also carry the title of Director of Student Life, Leadership and Development, and Adjunct in IT and our business program. So you all have seen all the amazing majors that Ivy Tech offers. But we also feature an agricultural science and technology center. We offer classes at community-based sites in Jackson County, Jennings, which we'll be actually giving to our Madison campus here in a few months, and Decatur counties. We also have a very unique program at Muscatatuck Urban Training Center, where we offer a one-year cybersecurity associate's degree. And we actually provide housing to those students in the program. And very soon, we are also excited to add Johnson County, includes Franklin and Greenwood, Ivy Techs, and our Shelbyville site to our campus this upcoming summer. And as you heard, we have an amazing new building coming. We have our groundbreaking ceremony on April 1st, April Fool's Day. It's going to happen at 3 o'clock. And there's information out there how you can join us virtually with the groundbreaking ceremony. Again, April Fool's Day, April 1st at 3 o'clock. So a little bit about how to hire our students and our alumni. You're more than welcome to recruit them while they're still in school for part-time work, internships, obviously, and graduates, and even our alumni who are in the area. So we offer our online tool. It's called Hire Ivy. It's our online career tool for students, alumni, and employers. It is statewide. It is free. And basically, students can look for opportunities, and also employers can list an unlimited number of job vacancies that you may have. And students can apply directly to you using Hire Ivy. You can post internships. You yourselves, employers, can browse resumes, recruit talent. You can learn about upcoming college fairs, which are happening virtually. When you post a position on Hire Ivy, as I mentioned, you could look for students with different levels of education. You can specify specific majors. You can look for, you can list full-time or part-time positions. If you need more than just a resume, you can require documents like cover letters, list of references. Again, what's really neat about Hire Ivy is that you can recruit statewide. If you want to recruit from Lafayette, Indianapolis, Muncie, Richmond, Evansville, you can recruit students from all over the state. And it is available to our current students and our thousands of alumni as well. So that's Hire Ivy.
Okay, Heather, I think you're up.
Okay, so I'm Heather Noblet. Let me start by saying my computer is, I'm having terrible connection right now. So I keep freezing. So if you ask me a question later, you may have to ask twice if I don't answer. So, but anyway, so I wanted to tell you, so we are Purdue West Lafayette as well. We're Purdue Polytechnic campus in Columbus, but we are part of Purdue West Lafayette. So we're just one of the many colleges that make up Purdue West Lafayette. So our students, they will earn a 4-year degree from a Purdue University. We have 4 degrees that we specialize mainly. We do computer information technology, industrial engineering technology, mechanical and robotics engineering technology. So we are really technical based programs. Our programs will focus on the methods and materials necessary to operate in the manufacturing world. So our students have a lot of hands-on labs. We don't do so much of the math-based learning as we do the hands-on experience. So our students, they'll participate in research projects with professors that gives them experience to do problem solving in the technical world. So they gain a lot of the hands-on experience before they even get out into the real world. They also get a lot of leadership and teamwork advantages too with the hands-on learning. Our classes are small as well. Usually about 12 students per class. So that gives them a really good advantage to be able to ask questions and talk to the professors, so they get more of a learning experience of how to do things as well. And the same thing goes, but the best way for us to do internships and stuff, usually the employers will email me and let me know what jobs that they have available, what they're looking for, and then I will email out to all of our students and give them the information. So if you have anything in that sense, you can always email me. I'll pass along your information. We communicate that way a lot. So that's the best way to do internships, hiring, and things like that. So anytime you need anything, that's the best way to get a hold of us at Purdue. So I don't know if you have my email on there or not. I can always put it in the chat too if you need it.
I think we've got contact information in a later slide.
Okay, so I know Joe usually does the slide, so I wasn't sure if mine was updated yet. So if it's not, I can put it in the chat for you. So.
Awesome. Great. Thank you, Heather. Carol.
Hey, good morning. Okay, so IUPUC offers degrees from IU and Purdue. There's no such thing as an IUPUC degree. When you graduate from IUPUC, you get either an IU diploma or a Purdue diploma. And we have about 1,400 students, give or take a few, depending if there's a pandemic going on or not. About 89% of our students are from the South Central Indiana region, so they're all mostly local. We have 12 bachelor's degrees that you can complete entirely on our campus. So it's been years in the works to get those degrees where we can get from start to finish, a student can complete those. And then a lot of students start at our campus and have to end up finishing at IUPUI or Bloomington because we don't have that degree. Like Kathy said early on, our degrees are directly aligned with the economic needs, employment needs of the employers in this community. So the types of degrees we have, you saw the list. Some of the most popular degrees are business. We've got a lot of students that choose that major, and then they can concentrate in accounting, finance, health services administration. We've added a supply chain management concentration, innovation management, marketing, general management. So the business degree has a lot of options. And then the mechanical engineering degree is about 10 years old, about as old as the building where the classrooms are in the labs. That degree has built year after year and added more and more students for our Bachelor of Science in Engineering. And other degrees in healthcare are very popular. So we've got the 12 degrees, and students who are here and complete their degrees at a different campus, but a lot of them want to come back to this area and stay in this area. Most of our students are employed while they attend college. I think it's like 80%, and a lot of them are working full time. So when our students graduate, they just don't have a degree. They've got a degree plus X number of years experience. So they're often like really ready to hit the ground running in an entry-level professional kind of position. Employers can post jobs and internships on an online platform that's called Handshake. And that one is also open to all IU campuses. So if an employer posts a job on Handshake for IUPUC students, they can also click all the other 8 campuses too. So it broadens their reach when they're recruiting, though of course we want them to hire IUPUC students and graduates too. Let's see. I think I've mentioned everything. If this employer wants to start an internship program, like maybe they just want to hire one intern and they've never had one before, that's a small company, we can work with them to let them know what would be involved in hiring an intern and how many hours and what they need to provide as far as to make that an official internship with the student's degree program. And it's not that complicated. And it's a huge advantage to our students to get that experience, but it's also really helpful to the employers too, I think. And they get to check out a student maybe for possible future employment and get the sense that they're really helping, nurturing, and mentoring college students as they're preparing for their professional lives. So if you're interested in internships, let me know. Or if you want to post jobs on Handshake, you can just go ahead and go to the website and do that, or contact me and I can help you with that. And so that's it. And thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Carol. Thanks, everybody. And Veronica is going to share some information with you next.
Kathy, so here's just a nice slide that gives you all an overview of the contact information for the 3 folks that we have from the institutions. And it also there at the bottom, you can see links to where to post a job and Heather's contact information to send her a job description. And so as you guys are thinking about hopefully hiring and exploring the Airpark campus and hopefully creating job postings, if you have any questions or feedback for us, please definitely reach out to any of these people listed here. Either give them a call or an email. We would love to hear from you. And kind of to that point, we've also created a website, a shared campus website, which is at columbuslearningcenter.org/hire is the kind of link for the employer page. So if you were to go to this page, you would find the same summary of all of the contact information on this page, as well as some additional information. So if you guys visit that page, I would also encourage you to just this tool here where you see ask a question. It's a great way to also give us feedback. So, we're kind of still early on in this process of doing kind of the shared outreach to employers, and we would love to hear just any comments that you have either about this presentation or your experience hiring. So please just drop us a line using this tool. It will go directly to me, and we would really appreciate it. So that's all for me. Thank you. We'll turn it back over to Kathy.
Thank you. Yes, I'd like to introduce Ashley Dieter. Ashley is our Director for Finance and Operations at the Community Education Coalition, but she's here to share with you some really important information about funding available to help employers pay for interns. So good morning, Ashley.
Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, everyone. And I wanted to give a little shout out as well to let you all know that I myself am an Ivy Tech graduate, and I have an associate in applied science from Ivy Tech. And I also have my bachelor's in finance from IUPUC as a non-traditional first generation student. So shout out to both IUPUC and Ivy Tech, because they have been great with me getting my diplomas and my experience as well. So I wanted to talk a little bit about something with the state. It's called Earn Indiana, and I'm super excited about this. And I think you guys will be too, because this is a huge resource that has not been tapped into, I don't think, and I don't think a lot of people are aware of this. And it's a great opportunity for so many small businesses out there and larger businesses as well. So you'll see on here that Earn Indiana is a state's work study program for college students with financial need. It was formed in 2001, and it's a free internship matching program, if you will, and it's managed by the Indiana Chamber, and it links employers and students and high schools and colleges all together to work to find internships for these students. And the great thing about Indiana Internet is they've partnered with Earn Indiana as well in order to give the opportunity for students with financial need and give that opportunity for employers. And they can receive up to 50% of their funds of the student's hourly rate for hiring the lower income students. And Veronica, if you go to the next slide, I want to show this next piece. You'll see that we're focusing on Region 9 because that's where the Columbus area is located in Region 9. And you'll see the links that are included on the Indiana Internet. So if you go to the next slide, I want to show this too. This is our Region 9 map. Okay. And when we took this snapshot, there was just one internship posted at that time. And you'll see that it was in Greensburg at the Decatur County Family YMCA. Now, I just checked before this meeting, and there are only 6 internships now posted. And they're in Osgood, Vevey, Rising Sun, Greensburg, Shelbyville, and 1 here in Columbus. So there's only 6. But 6 internships out of the 933 companies listed. That's just mind-boggling that there's so many companies listed and there's not that many internships. There's not that many internships on here. But there's 6,500 students looking that are on this site. So there's 6,500 students looking, and there's only 933 companies listed, but there was only 6 internships available. So there's a lot of opportunity there for all businesses to tap into. If you want to go to the next slide, Veronica, and this is kind of an idea of what it looks like. So you'll see up at the top, there is 1 of 15 of 279 matches. And this is just an example for you guys to see that I circled one that was Earn Indiana qualified. And that's again, based on financial need, and their educational institution at this time that we took this screenshot was with Ivy Tech here in Columbus. So it can kind of give you an idea if you do a search where that student is located, if you would like them to be located within the area that your business is located in, or if it's not really that important and you can go more broad within the region. So you could do that type of search as well. And Before we go to the poll questions, I just want to let you guys know that as an example, they can have 12 to 20 hours that they can work a week during their academic year. And during the summer, they can have on average 12 to 40 hours during the summer as well. And it can be a paid internship. It doesn't have to be, but it's preferable that it is. And it can be a micro internship, or it can be a semester internship, a semester in a summer, or a whole year's worth of an internship.
Ashley, I'd like to just say I'm so glad that you brought this up because it is such a great opportunity. And on Friday, February 25th, Allison Kerr, who's the Assistant Director of Indiana InternNet, is going to do our final talent talk about all the ways Indiana InternNet can help employers develop healthy internship programs, and she will be covering this again. So I'm so glad you brought this up, and they'll go a little deeper on the 25th.
That's great, because this is like a precursor then to the 25th, and she'll give so much more information. But I think that this is an excellent resource and a great opportunity for employers to delve into.
Yes.
That's really not, we didn't know about it until Veronica and I started doing a little bit more research, and then we were told about it, and then we did a little bit more and we found out about it. So it's a great resource.
Yes.
Actually, this is Brian at the airport. I've used Indiana InternNet now for the last 2 years, and it is fantastic.
You have one on there now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we love interns here at the Columbus Airport. I think I'm rolling on 51 now interns that I've had in my career, because I just really love the internship process. So I think what it is that you guys are doing is fantastic. IndianaIntern.net are fantastic people to work with. I'm working with airports around the state of Indiana on getting all of us to focus in on that one IndianaIntern.net. So all students will be able to focus in on that. Another good thing about that is if students sign up and, say it's mechanical engineering, every internship that has mechanical engineering will actually email that student and say, hey, there's an internship available out there. So it's good on both sides, not only employers, but also on the student side. So maybe even the members of higher education institutes could get involved in that as well.
How did you find out about this, Brian?
Gosh.
It seems like it's an unspoken little gem that not very many people know about.
It really is. Yeah, I'm obviously, as someone who loves internships and interns, I've been involved in this for quite some time. I'm not sure, to be honest. Somehow I got connected with it in the state.
Well, thanks for sharing that, because this is an amazing opportunity. I think it's a great source.
And I'm not sure. I was out plowing, so I didn't get a chance to hear the beginning. But if you want to talk a little bit about student housing eventually too, I can chime in on that.
That's a great source. That's a great thing to bring up as well.
I would like to add, Ashley, that it may seem onerous for employers to have to post on Indiana InternNet and then also on the university's platform, but they don't have to, because the Indiana InternNet internships are all automatically posted on our Handshake site. So they really only have to do it once.
Nice, guys. I'm learning all of this stuff all at once this morning. This is great. I learned about the Texas grid, which I did not know about, which is amazing, and from Brian in the airport, and now you, Carol. This is awesome. I love this. This is great to take along with me. Thank you, guys.
Ashley, would you like for me to talk a little about the student housing opportunities?
I would defer that question to Kathy or Veronica due to timing. So Kathy and Veronica, what do you guys think?
Yeah, maybe just a quick update, because I think a lot of people don't even realize that we have that, Brian. So thank you.
Yeah, so here at the Airpark, which I love all of the branded things at the Airpark. Veronica, you did a great job there. Appreciate all of that. We have a student housing facility called the Annex at Columbus here. So you can, not only is it for members of the higher education institutes or student of the current higher education institutes here on property, but it's also for any interns available. So if you have an internship and you have an intern coming from, out of this region, they can stay in the student housing facility during that internship. So that is an opportunity for you. I actually have had many interns from not just around the state of Indiana, but around the United States, even one from international that came in, stayed at student housing facility, worked here at the airport for me, and it worked out really well. And I know they have some openings right now, but usually in the summer times it gets a little bit little filled. So if you want and have that interest and need, certainly contact them, the Annex of Columbus.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you for being such a great champion of interns. I think you're a wonderful model and best practice for all of us. So thank you. All right. I think we're on to really just circling the wagons. We'd like to know via another poll if you learned anything today that surprised you. So did anything we share surprise you? And we'd also like to know over the next 3 months, so moving forward, how likely are you to post a job opportunity on our campus, kind of given what you've heard today? So I think I'm going to ask Veronica, there it is, popping the poll questions up. If you could please select your answers. We need some like Jeopardy music or something to play while everyone's thinking about their answers. I could hum it, but you wouldn't like it.
All right, looks like we're getting some good responses.
Awesome.
A few more coming in. All right, I think looks like that may be everyone, so we'll end this and I'll share the results.
Okay. So close 50-40. So or in terms of people that are looking to post a job opportunity moving forward. So that's good. That's good. And I'm really happy to hear that you learned some things that surprised you. That means that what we're sharing is helpful and informative, at least that you're learning something new, which is really our goal, to increase awareness. So thank you so much for doing the poll and sharing your insights with us. So Veronica, I think is our next step. Are we moving into the breakout idea?
Yeah, I think so. Well, we could take a few questions here if there are any questions for the folks from the institutions before we go into these breakout rooms, and then maybe use these breakout rooms just a couple minutes to maybe answer any other questions that anyone might have. And then we wanted to ask you guys a few questions to get some of that feedback. So,
yeah.
So I guess if there are any questions from anyone, we can take some of those right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can pop them into the chat too if you don't.
I just have a comment. I think the website looks great. And I think the ability to see all of the different hiring links on one page is going to be a great service to our employers. We've put this on our website. We have a talent page where we host columbustalent.com and our talent attraction video, but we've also added this to that page. So if you forget the URL and you go to the Chambers page, you can find it on the talent page.
Thank you for posting that there, Cindy. That's fantastic.
Sure.
Okay, well, it doesn't look like we have any questions. So maybe we'll go into the breakout rooms, and why don't we say maybe like 6 or 7 minutes? So keep it kind of brief. And so I'll send you guys now to the breakout rooms and then pull you back out in a few minutes. So
do we have an assignment, something we should be thinking about while we get placed?
Sure. So just, thinking about maybe things that would make it easier for you to hire our students. If you're facing any challenges that maybe we could help you in terms of hiring, that type of stuff. So each of the breakout rooms will have a host, one of our speakers today, so they'll kind of guide through these questions. So, all right, I will send everyone out then. We'll see how this works. It's my first time with breakout rooms, so hopefully it works. Oh, okay. So it looks like maybe Brian, you weren't assigned to a room. Do you want me to assign you?
It does not matter. I'm good either way.
Well, I'll just assign you and you can listen in because I don't know if I
was like, are we in the lobby?
Yeah, what's going on? I'll send you to room 3. All right, see you.
Yep, there it is.
And then, okay.
I didn't get to finish my sentence.
Nobody did.
I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if there was like people were deep in conversation or to just bring people back. Sometimes when there's no discussion, the breakout rooms can be painful.
Sure.
So I should
No, we
probably
all
be
saw
chatting with people next time to kind of gauge the rooms.
Yeah, we all saw the clock ticking. I was just trying to talk faster than usual.
Sorry about that.
I think this was fantastic. Does anybody want to share anything else that came out of the breakout discussion before we close?
Just put this back up.
Well, it's pretty quiet. So I
Hang
think
on. We all got put on mute when we came back, it looks like. Anyway, so
Just
Kathy,
you.
I do want to bring up something that was central to a conversation you and I have had, and a few others. And specifically it was around building a space inside the learning center that was a shared space for interviews to take place. So for employers to come to our campus to interview potential employees. And as Tina eloquently pointed out, we've gotten so used to virtual that isn't really a big need anymore for her specifically, but possibly others.
It might be in the future though, Jacob, and I like that idea of reusing the learning center.
Well, I'll just speak to that briefly and share with all of you on the phone that there's been a project for the last several years to look at redeploying some space in the Learning Center to become a student connection and success center. And part of that work will be to use some of that space to connect students to jobs inside the Columbus Learning Center. So it could include interview rooms, it could include spaces for workshops and events to do networking with employers and other types of opportunities. We're also looking for employers to come into this space and mentor and coach and provide, career information. So we have a lot of ideas. There will also be a space to help students with advising and guidance, to help students with financial resources, primarily to connect students to the resources that are already in place within IUPUC, Ivy Tech, and Purdue Polytechnic. So just trying to work collaboratively in a shared space to help increase student success and increase students' connections to jobs. So I'm quite confident that when COVID is behind us, we will be busy in that space. That space will be built out in the 2022 year. We're designing final plans for that this year. So thanks for mentioning that, Jacob. We're pretty excited about it.
And most of these students too are very accustomed to video. And I know when we hired Kaylee, I never even met her face to face until she came in to fill out all of her paperwork and everything. We did 2 interviews with her via video. So I would encourage you to go down that path because most of the students are very adept to it.
Definitely. Yeah.
Actually, my kids FaceTime more than they call. So
Yeah. I mean, COVID has definitely caused us to pivot and rethink our work in the space, in the physical space, but it'll be maybe a little different than we imagined because we'll still be doing virtual, I think, forever. But it's an opportunity to help students connect to supports and services that they need. So any other thoughts or comments? Veronica, anything else before we close? Any closing comments?
Just visit our website, which we have listed here. And for any questions, just send them on over with that little button on the website.
Yeah.
I would like to thank you all for your wonderful coordinated effort to communicate with us about this great talent that's available right here at our doorstep. You guys do a great job, and I love the collaboration. We've been really excited to bring this back to this audience today. If I could, I'd like to take just a moment and give you a little sneak preview of what else is ahead this week. Tomorrow, the 17th at 10 a.m., we'll talk about how to successfully hire people who are in recovery. Columbus, through the Alliance for Substance Abuse Progress, has now 72 beds with people who are sort of in recovery and seeking work. And we'll hear from not only ASAP, but also an employer whose hiring strategy includes giving people a second chance, giving people another chance. And so that's manufacturer Ditech. So you'll learn from a manufacturer how to do that successfully. We'll have a professional coach on the 18th at 9 a.m. talking about mindfulness for retention and profitability. That's interactive. And then on Friday, I will present the Columbus Talent Toolkit along with hiring managers at Toyota Industrial Equipment. I'm sorry, they're now Toyota Material Handling. We'll talk about how they use the toolkit to sell Columbus alongside their efforts to sell jobs at TMH. So we've got great programs this week and next. And just in closing, I'd like to thank Kathy, Veronica, Carol, Neil, Heather, and Ashley for your presentation today. Thank you for making it interactive and also making it smoothly flow this morning. We got a lot of information in a short amount of time, thanks to you. We've recorded the session and it will be available on the Chamber's YouTube channel. And I lastly want to thank our friends at Express Employment Professionals and Specialized Recruiting Group. And I see that Mike has put a note in the chat about job listings available there.
Yep, if you guys know folks that are looking, that's a great place to send them is expresscolumbus.com. We have a lot of open jobs and there's a lot of people that are looking. We're just trying to help match them up. So thanks for your help.
All right. Thank you, Mike. I hope to see you all in the coming days. Stay warm, stay safe.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Cindy. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
everyone.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank
Bye.
Thank you.